to my channel. My name is Sukalia Brown. I am the author of the upcoming Black space opera, The King's Summit. And we are getting close to the release date. I am super excited. Like, I cannot even, just no words. I'm very excited about this. That's not what today's video is going to be about, though. I will have a video released the day before the official release date, where I'll talk about all of the characters, giving you some background information on them, some inspiration photos, so that you all will have a better idea of these characters going into the book. But today's video is going to be another one about the publication process, specifically the things that the trades that I had to pick up while learning to self-publish. First thing, ISBNs. It sounds weird, but I never really considered ISBNs until I had to buy them. They were really just these numbers on the side of the book or inside the book cover or things. I never paid attention to them. However, ISBNs are more than little serial numbers for the library or things like that, which is honestly what I thought they were before. I thought they were something that only libraries use. And for the most part, they are. However, other book retailers will use this sequence of numbers to keep track of your sales for your book. I purchased mine through Bowker, and I purchased them in bulk. It is cheaper in the long run to purchase them in bulk because you are going to need a lot of them. For every edition that you publish of your book, so for your hardbacks, your paperbacks, your audiobooks, you're going to need an individual ISBNs for each one of those. Next thing, which is a very big thing that pretty much any author is going to have to learn, is book marketing. Now, there are plenty of services online, and some people will just tell you, just pay someone to put together a book marketing plan for you. They'll pay for your promotions or ads and things, and find those things. If you want to do that, then it is an easier way. For me, I chose not to do that. I just really wanted to have my hand in every part of the process for self-publishing. What I did was turn to the online writing community. Some of the places that were very helpful to me were the Creative Pen. It is a blog by Joanna Penn, who's been around for a very long time. She pretty much gives you all of the background for self-publishing a novel, from everything from book promotions to hiring editors, just everything. It's a really great blog. Another was the Independent Authors Alliance. They have a comprehensive list of book marketing strategies, and you can go through and just choose which ones are for you and which ones may not be for you. It's the same with Kindlepreneur. They also have a comprehensive list of book marketing strategies. But the thing that I found the most helpful was going to YouTube. There are a lot of authors, self-published authors on YouTube, and they are giving this information away. Some of the ones that I follow, just to name a couple, were Jenna Moresi and Christina C. Jones. I would stop and just check in whenever they post a video or something, because usually it was something that I could use. Like I said, there are plenty of authors on YouTube. You can look those up and figure out which one speaks to you. Now, the third thing I learned about was novel formatting. And just like book marketing, novel formatting is a very helpful skill to have if you are a self-published author, because the going rate right now to pay someone to format your novel, I think you can pay anywhere from $50 to over $1,000 for someone to format your novel. And that can usually take somewhere from weeks to months for them to get your novel back to you. And usually what happens is they give you a set number of edits or revisions that you can make after they're done formatting. Edits and revisions, even though you've gone through your editing process and you've cleaned this manuscript up as much as possible, 9 times out of 10, you are still going to need to do some revisions after you formatted the novel. That's just is what it is. I know for me, I was still doing revisions as late as probably last week for my novel. Just keep that in mind. If you do hire a professional to format your novel, every edit is just going to be time spent waiting for your novel to get back to you with the revisions. So the software I use to format my novel is Vellum. This one was the easiest. It was cost effective. I paid $200 for that, and that is a lifetime subscription. So I can format any book that I write or publish from here on out. I'm able to format it myself, and I don't have to pay anything extra. It's very easy, has a very simple interface. If you want to add graphics like a map or something like that, they'll just have like a box where you click on it, upload it. That's pretty much the whole thing. Click and upload. Whatever you want to change, they have templates for chapter headers and page numbering and page breaks and things. All of that is very simple, straightforward. I appreciate it because some of the things that I had to deal with down the line were not as simple, like graphic design. My first venture into graphic design, I used Photoshop. And Photoshop is not, I would say, it's not for the novice. It is not for beginners. It is more so a software for professional graphic designers or people who have been doing it a very long time. I will not say that I learned Photoshop. I did my projects. I did what I needed to do on Photoshop, but don't ask me how I did it or to replicate it because I can't. It would take me going back online and watching hours of videos to try to figure out how to do this one thing. So I wouldn't recommend it. What I would recommend though is Canva. I use Canva to do my graphics for my website. Pretty much every promo material that you see on my social medias, I use Canva for those. I design my logo for my printing press company. I did everything on Canva, any type of imagery. Very simple, very straightforward. Like with Vellum, they have templates that you can choose from and customize. It's just very easy. The next thing that I had to learn about was typography. I literally had to learn about maps because I created the maps for the King Summit myself. Now there are two maps. The first one is actually in the book, but the second one, if you want to see that, you're going to have to check it out. Check out my social media. I believe it's on my Pinterest board and on my website. So if you'd like to see that second map, go to those places, check that out. But yeah, I had to learn a lot about maps. I have not thought about geography since I was getting a grade for it. So it has been a minute and I just needed a refresher on basically what a map looks like. Land formations, different continents, how they would look once they formed, lakes, reservoirs, all these things, because I wanted my map to look legit. The website I used to make my maps was Incarnate, but two other places that I've seen authors go to create maps are World Anvil. They have a map generator, which is just going to give you the basic landforms. It's not going to give you any landscapes or sceneries like trees and rivers and things like that, but it will give you the basic map that you need to get started. And the other place is Canva. I've seen people do it on here before. There are a few tutorials floating around on YouTube on how to make a map on Canva, so you can check those out. Last thing I'm going to discuss is what I am doing right now, which is content creation. Before I decided to self-publish my novel, I was not on social media like that. I had maybe 1 or 2 social media accounts that I didn't check very often. So going from that to where I am now with a website and a profile on pretty much every major social media platform, It is a lot. One of the things that I learned was that when it comes to content creation, less is more. I went into this looking at a bunch of videos from professional photographers and videographers and things, and they had these elaborate setups of 3-point lighting and, um, you know, 2, 3 camera setups and all this other stuff. If you are, I will say, if you are just really trying to promote some things or just connect with people like your readers and things, keeping it simple. Right now I have one light source and I'm filming this on my iPhone. Now I do have a professional camera. This is my Canon here. And honestly, if this was not my husband's camera, I would just this would be in the trash somewhere or up for sale probably. But yeah, it has given me a lot of stress. All of that to say that when it comes to content creation, videos and all that, keeping it simple is probably going to be your best bet. But yeah, that's it. There's probably a much longer list to be made of things that I had to learn, but we're not trying to make some, 30-minute video here. The King Summit is out June 4th. As I said, I will be posting a video the day before release to just go into the characters and all that. But until then, see y'all next time. Bye.